Learn to play Imperator Rome in 4 simple steps. Step number 1. Alerts. Alerts are urgent issues or decisions that require your attention. These are located at the top of the screen and are usually self-explanatory. For example here, we have an alert because one of our armies lack a commander. You may click on the alert to bring you directly to the menu that you need to solve the alert. In this example, we are directed to the army menu where we can select a new general for our troops. The best thing you can do is to go through these alerts one by one as they pop up. This should stabilize your kingdom enough to allow you to keep playing without much worry. Step number 2. Economy. How economy works is very simple. It's split into 2 categories. First, you have taxes, which is exactly what it sounds like. In a nutshell, you basically collect money from all your population every month. This means that the more population your kingdom has, the more income you will receive. This happens automatically without the need to micromanage any specific assets. Next, you have trade commerce. Trading requires you to micromanage some trade routes and may become tedious. Typically, I find that taxes only constitute about half of my kingdom's income, and the other 50% come from trading. That means that trading is just as important as taxes. This aspect is often overlooked by newer players. One thing I will make clear is that you cannot survive on taxes alone. Every foreign trade route, which includes both import and export, will generate a base income of 0.20. So for example, if you are importing 5 different goods from other kingdoms, that should generate you a base total of 1 income, not including other modifiers and bonuses. Now imagine if you had 12 different trade routes going in and out of your empire. That's quite a lot of commerce to be made. Here is an example of the amount of income you may typically get. As you can see, taxes only contribute to 60% of my total income, while trading is the other 40%. To create trade routes, you usually receive an alert at the top of your screen. Alternatively, you may manually create one by selecting on each of your provinces, then go down to the trade goods bar and select on import. All provinces should have a few trade routes available. However, your capital will have the most trade routes available, so be sure to use up all your trade routes there. Each trade good provides different bonuses, so choose what looks good for your empire. You will also receive trade requests from other kingdoms. These work in the same way. Each one that you accept will provide you income. Step number 3. Armies. To recruit armies, you need to have manpower. Manpower is essentially the amount of able-bodied fighters in your kingdom that can be recruited. Your amount of manpower depends on the size of your total population. Just like in real life, your manpower pool is finite and will deplete rather quickly if you are stuck in a prolonged war. You do regain manpower every month, however, the process is rather slow. Imagine every month, all the 17-year-olds in your kingdom grow up to be young adults. Those young adults are then drafted into your army. All of this depends primarily on the amount of free man population you have, but those are fine details that can be explored in another video. The most simple way to recruit regiments of troops is to select one of your pre-existing armies and click on the Recruit to Army button. If you wish to create a new separate army with a different general, you can click on one of your territories, then select the Recruit Cohorts button. This will bring up a menu of available units you can train. Beside each unit, you can see the gold cost and manpower cost to train them. Once they are trained, you can follow the same steps as just mentioned to assign a new general to your new army. Step number 4. Winning wars. The easiest and most simple way to declare war is to fabricate a claim on that nation first. Just like in real life, imagine yourself convincing your peers on why you should start a war against another empire. You do this by going to the empire you wish to attack, then right-click on their territory. This should open a diplomacy menu. Find the Covert Actions option, and under that, you will find Fabricate Claim. Once you begin fabricating a claim, it will take some time before you may declare war. Take this time to prepare your forces and stockpile on emergency gold. Once your fabricated claim is ready, you will receive an alert, and you may declare war. Beware though, declaring war often drags in multiple allies from both sides, so be sure to be well prepared for multiple foes. To win wars, you have to look at the bottom right of your screen. You will see a flag for each war you are currently in. If you want to end wars and gain control of new territories, you will have to make sure that your war score is a positive number. Having a positive number means you are currently winning the war in terms of land occupation and battles won. Once you have a minimum war score of 20, you may sue for peace, which is another way of saying ending the war and taking control of new areas. Press the Sue for Peace button. A new menu will appear. This is where you may start absorbing new areas into your kingdom. Mess around, trial and error, until you find a combination that you like and one that the enemy has agreed to. If there is none that you like, or if the enemy won't agree to any resolution, then simply leave the menu and continue the war and give them a further beatdown until you have demoralized and shamed them into giving you whatever you want. Once you end the war, all lands agreed upon will be handed over to your empire immediately, and you may begin developments on them as soon as you receive them. And that brings this video to a close. Those are 4 oversimplified steps that will teach you how to play Imperator Rome.